let's go into the scene. Yeah, looks good so far. Extremely explicit on the left side. So let me just set up the contest here. Sorry if I don't use all the whole names, I just use the...
Yeah. And the draft has already started. They've picked up the pace now.
Yeah, we have to make some time here after we started late. Yeah, so the draft has started, and already TSA is taking their time. So Curse Hollow is the first map, I see. So yeah. I mean, yesterday, I don't know who saw it, it was a pretty convincing game from us on Curse Hollow, so I'm looking forward to see what TSA and Xtremely Explicit will do here on this map. And TSA Division 3 team, Xtremely Explicit, the Division 1 first.
Are they?
Division 4 first, sorry. The first place in Division 4 in our division, actually, so... Sorry.
And TSA bans out the Sagara. They're trying to maybe make the Malfurion available to them, since it's still very strong. The nerfs doesn't really help.
Yeah, so I mean, these days it's normally first ban, or the bans are normally like Malfurion, Zarya, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, usually. Well, Zarya's a bit debatable, but feels like she's still first ban material, at least to me, but we'll see how it evolves. But the ban end up on Malfurion as expected. Let's see if TSA go for the Zarya if they believe she's that good, or if they have something completely different in mind.
Yeah, I mean, Cursed Hollow is of course always the map where surprises can happen. Oriel first pick, is that kind of a surprise?
Yeah, that's kind of usually people can first pick Oriel when they're in the position of XX, when they maybe can draft a good combo together with Oriel. But it seems like TSA really values the Oriel, and probably going to see some sustained damage coming up from their side.
Yeah, I mean, together with Oriel, you have to get the damage in somehow. That leaves still open the Zarya for Extremely Explicit, but they go for the Muradin instead, so apparently Zarya, not that high on the priority list for both teams. Oh, and the Alarak, nice.
High priority on the Alarak, and also the Muradin, of course, but everyone knows Muradin is the tank, so that's, if you prioritize your tank, you pick Muradin this early. That's just how we do it. But the Alarak is kind of surprising. Usually leave them a little bit longer until you draft maybe a melee assassin, so you know what you're up against. But maybe they have something special in mind. I know Extremely Explicit have played a lot of Illidan on this map earlier, and also a lot of Tyrael, so we'll see if they go into something like that. But I don't think Alarak and Illidan will be the combination.
Yeah, I mean, double melee assassin is a little bit too much, right? Okay, they go for the ETC. What do you think? Maybe we see a stage dive here on Cursed Hollow for some split pushing?
Well, from what I've heard of the pros talk about it, people say that stage dive is the way to go, especially from the North American scene. But seeing we are in Europe, we don't want to do like them. Maybe we see the mosh pit, but I would guess the stage dive.
Yeah, to be honest, I always see a little bit of a discrepancy. I never see stage dive ETCs, but I always heard them talk about on the pro scene, like you said. Okay, and they go for the Li Ming. Of course, Li Ming always solid damage, good burst damage from her. Yeah, and the next rounds of bans brings us the Zarya ban.
Yeah, it seems like they don't want to play against it, and they don't want to pick it themselves either, because Zarya could work well with a squishy melee assassin like Alarak to keeping him alive when he gets into trouble, but they don't want to play her and don't want to face her. And the Tyrael ban. Seems like TSA knows they're extremely explicit.
Yeah, I mean, what would be the synergy that they expect on the side of Extremely Explicit for what they would go with? For the Tyrael, but we see the Tracer Tassada combo. Awesome. I like it.
Yeah, it's dreadful to play against, especially when you beat them on the in Hero League on the ladder or something, and you don't have any possibility to counter them really. But we'll see if TSA maybe they'll ever go for like a double support themselves, like I expect XX to do. Maybe bring out a Lily or something.
A Lily. Yeah, I mean, against Tracer could be a possibility. I mean, in the pro scene at the moment, I think Tracer Tassada is kind of played a lot, right? I mean, it's kind of meta. Just on the amateur scene level, maybe even the low level that I play on, I don't really see that much Tracer Tassada, and of course, that's maybe due to people not being able to pull off the Tracer. So I'm really looking forward to see how Extremely Xplicit plays it here.
Yeah, instead of go for the Brightwing, Brightwing is also an extremely good counter towards Tracer. Gives them more sustain to survive. For the Tracer isn't that bursty. It's a lot of damage just going around there, but that should manage to keep them alive. If you get a good polymorph to ETC slide and some damage from a Thrall or Looming, they could blow her up if they play this correctly.
Okay. I mean, when I see these Tracer combos, of course, then with the Tassadar, and it's not that much damage on the side of Extremely Xplicit, right? I mean, they have to rely on Tracer bringing in the damage together with Alarak, while they are being kept alive with Tassadar shields and Rigor, right?
Yeah, but as we talked a bit about the North American scene earlier, I think they played the Alarak Tassadar combination. You pull someone in to land a combo with Alarak, and you put up the force wall with the Tassadar. And on the side of TSA, it's potentially only Liming and Brightwing that would be able to escape such a thing.
Okay, but I mean that would of course need a lot of communication on the team side, right? On the side of Extremely Xplicit.
Yeah, and we played Extremely Xplicit. We lost towards them, and they were very coordinated, if I remember correctly. So
okay,
I think they can pull it off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm really curious to see. Really looking forward to the game now. On the other side, TSA. I mean, that's just a solid combo, I would say. I mean, good old Thrall together with double support Li Ming. I always like Li Ming. So yeah, I mean, when ETC gets the stun on the Tracer and Thrall maybe even get the follow-up route, that's it for her, right? So yeah, let's see. Meanwhile, we're waiting here for the invite from any of the team members. Doesn't look like the lobby is already up. Did I miss something in Discord or anything?
Haven't seen anything yet. All good, they ask. I say it's good. But anyway, while we're waiting, can mention that TSA Team Something Awesome went through Division 3 with 9 wins and 1 loss, and also a draw, but that doesn't really mean anything. While Extremely Xplicit went through Division 4 with 10 wins and only 1 loss. So it's going to be interesting. Both these teams are not used to losing.
So let's see. I mean, there was kind of, I think in our division, there was some merry-go-round with the wins and some losses. What was the loss from Double X against? I don't really remember. I think there was one loss where I think Nuts to Minari, right?
Yeah,
and I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, it felt like Extremely Xplicit would go through Division 4 without losing a single game, and yes, they got taken down by Natus Demonaro in the 6th round with a 2-1 from Natus Demonaro.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So let's see what let's see what today brings. Let's see what the third game here on the second day of the playoff brings us. We're going to hop into the game as soon as they start.
Yeah, are we ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, then we're ready. Then everybody's ready. Then let's get this going here. First map, Cursed Hollow. Extremely explicit versus Team Something Awesome. And I already warn you, I have to adjust the in-game overlay a little bit today. I'm sorry I didn't manage to get the right sized in-game overlay for today. I will better myself, so today we will have to live with the AliOps in-game overlay, and I will have to adjust the team names on the fly, so to say. So bear with me in the first seconds of the match here. So did we talk about who you bet your money on, your virtual money? I mean.
I didn't get to do it because I usually focus on the stream when I stream, so.
Yeah, no, I mean.
And not the betting part, but. This is a really difficult one. It's extremely explicit choice of map, and it kind of feels like they get exactly what they wanted, except for maybe the Rhaegar. But it also feels like Team Something Awesome managed to, might be able to counter the Tracer pretty easily. So I'll perhaps put my money on TSA. Or my virtual points.
Alright, so we're in the game. Let me just get the overlay ready. Maybe you do the introduction of both teams while I get the overlay ready.
Yeah, on the left side, we got Team Extremely Explicit with Dilla on Alarak, Darkensi on Tracer, Skitchy on Muradin, Bella du Jour on Rhaegar, Atla on Tassadar. And on the right side, we have Team Something Awesome with Bremerham on Oriel, Wars on Thrall, Fire on ETC, James Huggs on Brightwing, and Werfimax on Li Ming.
Alright, thank you. I think we're ready. I think I managed to get everything done. Do we have sound? I need someone to do something. Okay, I think the sound is good. If the sound is not good, just, we could do a donation, then I could see it in-game, but otherwise, yeah, we're just seeing the little poking here in the middle, and already Tracer is the target here for the poking from the side of Donovan. What? I have the wrong team names. Take over, Carvis. I need to change.
Okay. We see Brightwing going up to the top weight, facing up against Alarak, who should be named Dilla, who seems to have disconnected right now. So we have a little bit of a pause, a timely pause, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, the teams realized that I had the wrong names on screen, and therefore they decided to drop out and pause the game.
Yeah, they couldn't handle it. It was too much to bear.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Might check out the talents. We see Tracer going with the Tracer rounds, and I think I might be able to hear myself, MacDino.
Yeah. Production value down the drain. God damn it. Sorry for that. Can I fix it quickly? I have to see.
We'll see. And it's prog rock for the ETC to be able to get those even more sustain for his team. I suppose the block party won't get much value against the Tracer. She'll just go straight through those block stacks and render it's probably useless. Power hungry for the Li Ming. Maybe she'll go for one of those blow up builds, or
I hope I'm hearable now, and I hope that there's no echo from you, Carvis.
I can't hear myself right now.
Okay, that's apparently better then, and I hope I am still hearable on the stream. Of course, only the chat could tell us, but probably they are too busy writing in caps all the time. Nine tails. Alright, but we're back in the game. Let's go.
So we got Tassadar versus the Thrall in the bot lane, and Brightwing versus Alarak in the top lane, and Triple in the middle. And a nice power slide goes out on Tracer, which is really low already, and goes down instantly by the slap from Bremerham.
Yeah, well done. I mean, that's the thing that is really dangerous for her, right? I mean, one slide from the ETC, instantly the burst follow-up from Vertimax, and that's it.
Yeah, it was what we talked about in the draft, I think, and so, and even there wasn't even the setup from the Brightwing. So how are they going to fight the 5 versus 5 then? Seems like Tassadar got beaten by the Thrall in the bot lane too.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, Xtreme captured it. Nice. Yeah, the Thrall was chasing the Tassadar there, and he used his E, and then he couldn't get away from the Thrall, and that of course means that Muradin has to come down to soak the XP, but I think, yeah, no XP is being lost here, outside of Xtremely.
Yeah, and on the side of Xtremely Explicit, they're on the way on the Giants with Tracer and Rhaegar picking that up. We don't see any of those moves from Team Something Awesome just yet.
Yeah, and I think most of the time, or every time on this map I say, I really like it when teams go for the 2-minute Giants, and I think it should be like standard for every team to just do it, right? I mean, you can only win, well, you can go neutral, I guess, but you can't lose.
Unless you're pressured like heavily by a 4-man in the bot lane, you pretty much should go and grab the Giants. So it's a good prick for Xtremely Explicit. Unfortunate for them, the Tribute is in the top lane.
Yeah, never lucky. Oh, and they find Alarak here, getting stunned and polymorphed. Dilla, can you get away? Yeah. Oh, and Brightwing, James Sachs dropping really low here. Tracer was onto Brightwing. But yeah, she can escape for the moment. On the team fight,
Thrall really deep.
Getting deleted here, Rod. I mean, he was alone in 5 people, right? So I guess can't sustain that damage. Right, and now of course that TSA probably get the tribute here.
But the thing here, on TSA, they get really good poke into these tribute areas, while Xtremely Explicit gets more of a hard encounter setup here. So it seems like, yes, there is delaying in this.
Oh, indeed, but there is the combo onto the Li Ming. Very well played here. I mean, that is of course very, very dangerous. Yeah, I mean, when you get the stun from Muradin together with the, or immediately followed by the silence from Alarak, there's not much you can do to escape that. Yeah,
it makes it so easy to hit the Discord Strike with Alarak if they're stunned. I suppose that's true for pretty much any skill shot, but extra much for Alarak.
Yeah, I think it feels like I mean, Discord Strike definitely one of the harder to land skill shots, right?
It's got a little bit of a delay, so it's always a little more difficult to hit than an instant skill shot.
Yeah, with that, now the teams are on the lanes again, waiting for the next tribute to happen, and meanwhile don't let any experience go to waste, and it looks like everything's pretty even at the moment.
And it seems like Li Ming is going for the Calamity build, for the teleports. Probably a good choice to put that extra pressure on the Tracer if to catch her to blow her up, and then get the resets and win the fight from there.
Yeah, and now Xtremely Explicit already in the position here on the tribute. Oh, and waiting in the party bush, and they find Vertimax, but he can't barely survive. Barely survive. Alright, now they have to retreat a little bit. Skitchy getting low here. Oh, and Vertimax doing good job, doing a great job, getting the Muradin kill here. And yeah, Darkins can get away for the moment with his Tracer, but in the meanwhile, also the tribute capped by Xtremely Explicit. So I guess that's an okay trade, right?
It's a little consolation prize, but they will have to be on point for the next tribute. They are half a level ahead, so maybe we can, put that experience advantage to use for the next tribute.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like They were going for the tribute, and Muradin and Tracer were just delaying so that they could get the tribute. So I think that's an acceptable trade for them. Now we see Brightwing, of course, staying in the top lane, soaking the XP while the team is already gathering here at the tribute. Oh, and Rod's dropping really low. Tracer doing a lot of damage. Oh, but he can't get away. ETC now in the middle of everything, while Alarak is in the back line trying to do some damage. And for the moment, everybody seems to be surviving, but Muradin can't jump out. Wow! And now the resets are coming in for Li Ming. That's it. Can Delay get away? Looks like that, but that's of course 2 kills, and that means the tribute is going.
And it seems like Tracer is getting spotted down here, but she's able to just jump away before Brightwing gets any polymorph off.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, again, the Siege Giants were pushing for Xtremely Explicit. They managed to get that in right before the tribute, and that's the value here. That's the real value, right? So yeah, it's not a complete loss for them.
No, and that's also why they're not that far behind in experience. I was like, yeah, they get a couple of kills here, they should be a level ahead now, but it's still half a level. Getting 10 now. We'll see how long it takes before the next tribute comes up. I haven't got my timer on me, but doesn't seem like they'll get to have the 10 advantage.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like Xtremely Explicit is getting the level 10. Like now? Like any moment? Like now? Okay, but you know what I mean. So,
and it is the mosh pit for the ETC.
Ooh, Atla getting caught here, but of course Tazara can't survive with his phase shift, dimensional shift. Yeah.
Don't ask.
Next tribute spawning anyways. Both teams are getting ready to defend. I think TSA in a little bit of a better position here to defend. A little earlier here on the tribute.
And it's the deadly charge in Alarak. Let's see if Dilla can manage to use it to his advantage or kill himself. That's always the question with that heroic, at least when it comes to me.
Alright, and the poking starts, and you said that the poking is a little bit better on the side of TSA, so let's see if they can again poke this out here. I mean, Brightwing's still in the top lane, getting some experience advantage. So far it's going in the favor of Team Something Awesome, I'd say. Oh, Tracer burned her ult. Can get away from the follow-up damage from Rods, but of course that's one ult less.
Yeah, and they're still full health and high on mana. This is going exactly as TSA wants them. They're now a full level ahead.
Ooh, and the mosh pit is coming in, but instantly interrupted by Dilla. Very well played. Vertimax now trying to get the damage in. Beldejou has to go a little bit away. Oh, and there's a deadly charge with this silence follow-up on Oriel. Well played.
That was a great deadly charge by Dilla and keeps hunting down the Brightwing. Can't manage to get the Discord strike off, and ETC comes to save his dragon friend. Or
his dragon friend. Yeah, that's right, and that's the first curse here on the side of Xtremely Explicit, and let's see how they play it out. I'm always interested in how teams play, especially with the first tribute. I mean, with the first curse. There are different ways to approach it, I guess. Especially when it comes to when do you take the boss. Do you take the boss? Or do you prefer to go to every lane, get the XP? Or do you push one lane hard to get the fort done? Right?
Yeah. I know what you like. Now when it's covering top.
Well, to be honest, I'm more of the let's push one lane down guy. So I think, I mean, the perfect thing would be, of course, to get 3 forts down and then take the boss. With the ending tribute, so that you can then just go to the enemy boss and steal that one away. But I think the standard is like 2 forts and a boss, and it looks like that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, they're going for the boss now, but TSA got the threatened advantage, and they didn't lose that much. If they can sniff this out or go for their own boss, they should be in a pretty good position.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing exactly that. So good call here. Out of TSA.
Yeah, the dream after you get the curse is to get some structures down and then to be able to time it with a double boss in the end of it. So you capture the first boss just when the curse is ending, and then you can go and grab the second one. And that way you clear out the map from objectives, so there's no bosses when the others are cursed or anything, or cursing. So good defense here from TSA.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and now both bosses are on the map, and of course Xtremely Xplicit has to decide what they do. Probably they should defend their boss. It looks like they're doing camps at the moment. No, Adler is also up there to defend the boss, so maybe they can hold the fort here. Everybody helps. On the other side, TSA might be a close one, but it looks like they're getting the boss down too before the fort is deleted, erased, destroyed. Destroyed is the word I'm looking for.
And now Thrall decides to pick up the siege camp. Not the timing that I would have said, but it's, you know, better late than never.
Yeah, I guess so.
And Muradin has gone for a Burning Rage at level 13. I wonder if this is not a misclick or something. You know, healing static has been the build go since this summer.
I mean, it is pretty strong. Especially, I mean, we have seen that there were some clump up fights between the two on the tributes, so I could really imagine that this would be a misclick.
But yeah, you never know. Maybe Stitchy knows something we don't.
Yeah, maybe he feels that Tracer isn't bringing the damage. So, you know, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself, and therefore some Burning Rage or Muradin could also be the case. Who knows? Alright, and TSA again earlier on the tribute in a good position so far, but Xtremely Xplicit is coming in. Ooh, the mosh pit a little bit the slide a little bit wasted. Silence going down, hitting Oriel. And now TSA a little bit in the retreat position, but everybody's looking pretty healthy on their side, which can't be said about Tracer. So so Xtremely Xplicit has to be careful, and the poking war evolves again.
And this is, as I said earlier, this is a fight TSA should win. They got 16 advantage too now. But there's lots of damage going on here, but Muradin is really low and goes down far from the backline. The resets are here, and Disintegrate going down on everyone. Tesserdar is going to drop right now, and only Alarak survives to see another day.
Yeah, so decisive win here of the team fight from TSA. That covers a little bit the miscommunication there with the mosh pit and the sundering. But yeah, a win is a win. So Li-Ming got her resets and killed nearly everybody. So 4-man down, and that of course means that TSA is pushing very hard here in the middle lane. Maybe get that keep wall down.
And this experience, they're getting further and further ahead. 1.5 level. Going to 20 later, or this is going to be really important.
Yeah, I mean, they have the level lead now, so it's their map to take. The problem is, what can they take on the map? I mean, there's not really an objective up at the moment.
But the bosses is in 1.5 minutes. That would potentially time very well with the next tribute, who would be Curse Tribute on TSA.
Yeah. So that means if Xtremely Xplicit devotes too much resources to this tribute... Ah, no, never mind. I was thinking maybe TSA goes for the boss instead, but apparently that's not happening. So again, the poke war with Brightwing in the top lane, trying to get even more experience lead. I mean, already 2 levels ahead.
Yeah, you can't get too greedy with the experience at this part of the game. You know, it's good and everything, but if you lose a hero here, you'll be in a bad position. If Thrall gets so much damage going down from that Alarak, and the Thunder goes down, and Tracer is stuck there. And Roars get a great kill on Tracer. Muradin goes down, and it's going to be a sweet victory for TSA. We will get a curse, and maybe more, and Rhaegar gets away.
Yeah, wow. I mean, did you see how Oriel kept everybody topped up? I mean, it looked close for a moment, but when the Sun Ring went down and the resets were coming in, everybody was top health. And now they find Belle de Jour. The curse is there, so the fort isn't protecting him. But oh, it looks like Rhaegar gets away. Never mind me then.
Yeah, and chasing a mounted Rhaegar is never really a good choice. So Roars, you know, decides to do something different. It seems like they're going for a keep, and I like this decision.
Definitely. I mean, maybe some unexperienced teams would go for a boss in this scenario, but of course the keep wall is way more value, and you can always do the boss later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely liking this decision too. But now everybody's alive here again on the side of Xtremely Xplicit, so TSA has to be a little bit careful, I think. But yeah, it doesn't look like Xtremely Xplicit really has the tools. Just keep here.
Yeah, they so severely like any kind of poke, so they can't really take a fight unless they go all in. And now they're 17 towards 20. You don't want to go all in a fight in that position, so they really need a pick-off somewhere somehow.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like TSA is gonna give them this this pick-off. They are moving S5 pretty safely here, and of course they are going for the boss here now, knowing that they have the 3-level advantage and the level 20 talent advantage. So pretty safe call here for them. The question is, does Xtremely Xplicit go for their boss, or will it be a fight for their boss then after TSA takes theirs?
Yeah, when you're down a talent here, it's, you know, you can always win a fight if you manage to catch the other team on a boss. The problem is when the other team already got the boss marching on your keep, you have a decision to make. But they're already under boss, and it seems like they'll be able to take it down already.
Ooh.
And Sandro comes out really early. They're not able to stop Xtremely Xplicit from getting that.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, again, it was like seconds, right? I mean, 2 seconds. If they would have been there 2 seconds earlier, it would have been an intense fight around the boss. And it was like, you know, it's the little things. I think they went a little bit to the top before they decided to go bot. And also nobody kept nobody kept the boss. So they had to go back to that too, and I mean, these little things now changed the whole course of the rest of the game.
Yeah, and also every one of these players has probably been played with the old mount speeds for months. you still expect to make it down there in time, but you never are.
Yeah.
So,
right.
and,
yeah, you're totally right. It's Blizzard's fault.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, it totally makes sense. That would have been the perfect rotation if it... I mean, these 2 seconds were the mount speed. Yeah, you're totally right. Damn you, Blizzard. No, of course not damn you, Blizzard. I mean, thanks for the nice game. And the Heroes Brawl coming up tomorrow. But let's stay here in the game and let's stay focused. And TSA is already gathering around the tribute, while Xtremely Xplicit knows they can't contest this tribute and they need to get level 20, therefore they're not even trying.
I would like to see TSA to make some pressure play or something to try to put some damage on a keep or something. They've been having this 20 advantage for a while now, and they haven't really done anything with it. And it seems like this is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I think they realize too that the level 20 advantage will be gone in just a few, and therefore they decide to just snag this keep here. Tracer is capturing the siege giants, therefore not everybody here to defend, and that should be the keep for TSA. Or even some kills, who knows? A nice save here by Alarakdilla, on point. Yeah, and the safety ancestral coming down on Uther. I don't know if that was worth it, but apparently Rhaegar felt that it was a close situation. And the re-engage could be coming from TSA, so better safe than sorry, I guess. And level 20 should be achievable. Is achieved right now, so that means Xtremely Xplicit can't contest this tribute, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, this fight can be game deciding now. And Orel's taking a good chunk from the Disco Strike, but instead Tracer goes down in backline and the Mosh Pit is captured free and the resets are here. Oh, it's devastating.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, and Rhodes is here onto Tassadar. Can you get even more? Doesn't look like that. Oh, but here on the top lane, someone. Well, probably not with the Highland Muradin. Yeah, but that was a pretty quick fight. I mean, you said that TSA has the better poke comp, but I have to say, on these tribute fights, it also looks like they have a hard engage, and they have a pretty bursty comp too.
Well, if you catch your free purple in the mosh pit, generally that's a good engage. And they're actually going for keep now. I wanted to call it earlier that they should have been doing that. And that's exactly what they're doing, and they're bringing down Alarak with them. And it's going to be game number 1 going to Team TSA.
Indeed. So, TSA takes the win here. Congratulations to them. GG, well played. Yeah. Unfortunately, no Tracer Tassadar really making it work. Yeah, alright, so that was the first game here in this best of 3. My shortcuts aren't really working. We're going into the main screen anyway, and now we're going into a quick 3-minute break, and after that we will be back with more Heroes of the Storm Heroes Launch playoff action. Game number 2 between Xtremely Xplicit and Team Something Awesome. Stay tuned. Alright, and we're back in the draft. Sorry for this little clicking through the scenes and probably me ranting. But we're back here, we're in the draft. The teams already started the draft without the stream, no problem. And we see that we have a first ban Oriel on the side of Xtremely Xplicit. So apparently that's a target ban because of the last game, right?
Yeah, it seems so, and the possibility to, choke them on the healers. So I would expect Xtremely Xplicit to probably pick up a healer of their own pretty quickly.
Yeah. Looks like, but none of the teams seems to see it that way. So first pick Li Ming on the side of Xtremely Xplicit, and the Muradin for Team Something Awesome. So it looks like none of the teams is worried about healers here.
Yeah, instead it seems like TSA is going to pick up that Kerrigan on Tomb of the Spider Queen, which is the map, as I haven't said yet, I think.
No, but now you did. Yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen, the map. I mean, I feel like Kerrigan is only viable on Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines. Really viable, right, at the moment. I don't. Maybe people see it differently, but I mean, yeah, my 2 cents.
Yeah, and Xtremely Xplicit picks up the Brightwing, and I can hear myself again, against the Kerrigan, like a counter, and also to Johanna, who's especially strong on this map with the possibility to clear the waves more easily. Even though she did get a nerf in her knife takes pawns, she's still really strong on this map and ease up the rotations.
Yeah. So you irritated me a little bit with this. You can hear yourself. Apparently something changed here in the sound system. I have no idea. If anybody else has sound problems, please let me know in the chat. Otherwise, yeah, let's go on with the draft, and I'll just ignore all the people saying I'm too loud, you're too loud, audio is bad, and we just go ahead. So yeah, Thrallbane here on the side of TSA. Looks like they don't want to pick them themselves. Of course, they already have a melee assassin, so. But they also don't want to give it away to Xtremely Xplicit. Yeah, I mean, last game. Did you think that Thrall was a decisive factor in the team fight?
Not really, but he did get a couple of good kills, but I didn't see that many game-changing sunderings and stuff, so I don't know. It was a good Thrall game, but nothing exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I saw some really good thunderings and some normal thunderings. But yeah, okay. No, they are not picking up the Thrall here. They are picking up the Kerrigan, and I'm wondering if Rhodes is playing the Kerrigan if they have this melee assassin role here, or if anybody else is going to play it. Nevertheless, Zarya been on the side of Xtremely Xplicit, and a Keltas pickup on TSA. Wow, Keltas! Haven't seen him in a while.
No, but if you get a good Kelfas player, who's been playing him while he was overpowered for a year, you should be able to, still pull out some great numbers, and he still, does loads of damage, and you spread the living bombs to your friends, and it can be really good.
Yeah, I always had the feeling that Gul'dan was the new hype, but old school Keltas here on the side of Team Something Awesome together with the Tassada. All right, so shields incoming. Question is, will it be a solo support Tassada? I mean, probably Tomb of the Spider Queen is maybe the only map where we could pull off a solo support Tassada. You think we will see that here?
I don't think so, but I'm still thinking about what they would potentially go for, and maybe, yeah, I don't know. Malfurion is banned, Ariel is banned, Brightwing is picked up. I don't know, but seems like Xtremely Xplicit is going for the Arthas, which is a pick that I love. And
Syndragosa incoming?
No, who picks Syndragosa? You pick Army of the Dead.
Is that so? Is that so? Really?
The sustain. You have to have the sustain.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I mean, Tomb of the Spider Queen, when you get Syndragosa going together with the spiders. But I guess you have to play safer with Arthas. Yeah, and we see the Vala. Vala. Alrighty. I mean, she's not that often picked. Is she meta now? I mean, not meta, but let me change my wording here. Is she viable? Let me put it this way.
According to the pro scene, she's extremely viable, but here in the amateur scene, we haven't seen that much of her, and maybe it's something that takes a bit longer for the rest of the plebs like us to learn her than it is for the pros. So we'll see.
But I saw the word. I saw the wording here. Extremely explicit. With the extremely viable Vala here. Nice. Oh, and we see the Morales pickup for Team Something Awesome. Okay. So double support here. No solo support Tassada. I guess that's the safe way to go, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting draw from TSA, but if they manage to blow someone off with the Muradin, Kerrigan, and Kelfast, I think it could work out, but they really need to catch that Vala or Luming, or maybe the Brightwing. Arthas and Johanna isn't fun ganking targets, but something that Arthas player usually do is they get a little bit too cocky, and they think they can go a little bit too far into the lane, gets caught out, and they notice, I don't have any escape.
I think you're talking from experience here, right?
I'm a Arthas player, and
yeah, you know the feeling.
It's been bound to happen. That's why I always call out ganks on Arthas.
Or in general, call out the rotations, right? I mean, it's mostly the fault of your team not calling out the rotation. Not your fault as overextending Arthas. Right? Alright, okay, we're getting into the lobby here, and of course, like always, the question: which draft do you like better?
I would go with Xtremely Xplicit on this draft. Maybe you don't have to have, Johanna is, it's one of her best maps, I suppose, but Johanna Arthas isn't my favorite combination. I kind of like Tyrael Arthas a little bit more, but I still favor them.
Yeah. For me, I would agree with Extremely Explicit. For me, the main reasoning would be that Kerrigan combos are very, very early game dependent, right? And if TSA doesn't get the value in the early game and doesn't really get ahead in the early game, the late game could be, let's say, tricky for them. I mean, a good combo on Morales or a Vala who jumps into on the Morales could be the quick end of her. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with Extremely Explicit too. But of course, still hoping to see some awesome some awesome combos here from the Kerrigan coming in, aka James Hux, who is playing the Kerrigan here on the side of TSA.
Yeah, but you see the RFS skin game here. You know, how can you lose with this green Chinese RFS? It's like impossible.
Actually, I
Or is
don't
it-
see the Arthas skin game because I see the other team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it depends on if you're left or right in the observer slot.
When I think about it, is he really Chinese, or maybe he's like a Mongol or something?
Aren't Mongols like Chinese?
Well, now the Mongols are north from China. You know, they conquered the China. You know, back in the days with Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan and whatever else was a leader
The other
in
Khans
civilization.
who helped them. I guess somebody was watching a little bit of Marco Polo lately.
I've been playing Civilization since Civilization 1.
Okay, now I see.
I was mighty disappointed when the Mongols wasn't included in Civilization 5 at release.
Okay. To be honest, I can't really bond here because I'm not much of a Civilization player, so probably we're just going into the game and discuss that then. Alright?
Fair enough.
Alright. So, we have on the left side, Extremely Explicit with Dilla on Arthas, Darkens on Vala, Belle de Jour on Brightwing, Skitchy on Li Ming, and Adler playing the Johanna.
And on the right side, we got Team Something Awesome with Bremerham on Lieutenant Morales, Roars on Tassadar, Verfimax on Kelfas, Fire on Muradin, and James Huggs on the Kerrigan.
And with that, we're going here into the game. I like the Love Morales skin, by the way. Just putting it out there.
And we can already see Kelfas going for Conviction, so it's going to be a Flamestruck build coming out.
Isn't that the build where Keltas is like trying to hit flame strikes for like 15 minutes and gets killed and then has no value out of the quest talent?
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to make sure that it's this one. All right, and we're going into the game here. Already seeing the poke coming out from both teams, but looks like Extremely Explicit already has their Arthas in the bot lane. Therefore, yeah, not going for too much poking here.
It seems like TSA is slightly faster on the rotations here, but it should be, you know, doable from Extremely Explicit anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, these rotations in the early game are kind of critical to TSA because they have to, like I said, I think they have to get the value in with Kerrigan, and that of course means that she has to get the jump and a good combo onto the backline. I mean, with Belle de Jour, Skitchy, and Darkens, there are 3 very squishy targets for her, right?
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for the first misstep, and they're going to go in and land the combo.
Oh, is that the case now? Combo is coming out, but doesn't hit anybody. Atla was dodging the combo. Also, I don't know if Johanna is really the best target for the combo. But maybe James Hux is just getting his fingers warm for some awesome 3-man combos.
You know, if you time it right, you watch for the Iron Skin, you can still gank a Johanna. If she doesn't have Iron Skin, she got no escape. So if you can, you know, bait that out, you could be a good position to even gank a Johanna.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Timing is everything, like always in life. And now it looks like both teams are getting out of their way. anti-rotating, how you would call it. But of course that also means that there won't be that much kills here in the early game.
No, we're probably going to wait until some team is able to turn in before they start killing each other. So we'll just have to be good modern citizens and wait for the action to come to us.
Is that the new civic duty for modern citizens? I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, so far both teams pretty even in experience, also even in kills. So yeah, everybody's waiting here for something to happen, right?
Yeah, see if there's something funky with the talents. It's the Ravage build for Kerrigan. Biting Cold and Eternal Hunger coming out from the Arthas, a little bit more damage.
Oh, and now
Looks like Kerrigan checking out the Arthas here. Just interrupting the turn in. You know, showing herself.
Yeah. But nothing really happening, and therefore both teams are still poking around, getting the rotations done, and yeah, looks like the time has come for both teams to try and get their gems in. We already have 15 paid in on the side of Xtremely Xplicit, while TSA is sitting on 53 gems. That means a full turn in. So they probably will be looking to turn these gems in and get their first web weavers going.
Yeah. Yeah, this feels a bit like the game we had yesterday versus Crocodile, and was just rotations forever. Nothing happened, but it seems like Xtremely Explicit had enough and going for the turn-in, and it got 46 gems.
Yeah, both teams now with enough gems for the turn-in, for the complete turn-in. And it looks like Vala is, yep, Darken's getting the turn-in here. No kills on the side for TSA because they were trying to get a little gank in. Of course, that's always nice when the web weavers are descending and one of the team members is missing for the opponent's team. But yeah, the first web weavers so going down here for Xtremely Explicit, and let's see how much they can make out of it.
It seems like they want to put the pressure on the bot lane. Going with 4 people there and Johanna getting the experience in the rest of the lanes.
I like that.
It's
always important to get the experience in, so I really like that. And yeah, it looks like this should be the fort easily here on the bot lane. Although
they even leave Johanna to suck the top lane alone, so...
Oh, and the combo is going down on Arthas, but I think that was a great... It was a
great
cleanse.
Yeah.
I thought Blizzard wanted to make something more optical visible here with the cleanse. But yeah, not yet in the patch. More tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be able to spot them without doubting ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. So value has been gathered, I would say. I mean, 2 towers in the middle are still standing, but top and bottom wall are gone. So it was okay. That means 1 level lead. On the other hand, of course, now it's TSA's turn to turn in, right?
Yeah, and then they managed to get the top 4 to slightly more than half, so slightly less than half health, and that's a good value. Taking down the towers. If they can keep the pressure on now and stop TSA from turning in and maybe grab a kill, they'll be in a great spot for the rest of the game. But if they let TSA turn in now, the disadvantage might as well go to null. So if they can stall it out to maybe 10.
Yeah, would be a good thing. I mean, when Xtremely Explicit indeed does get level 10 and TSA doesn't have the turn-in, that could be when they play it smartly, the beginning of something great for them. Ooh, well, it looks like Vertimax, yeah, is sneaking in the gems, and that means only 9 to go. And yeah, I think James Hux has only 1 target right now. Oh, but Rods also have does have 25 gems. That means it's enough. That's the turn in before level 10. Unfortunate for Extremely Explicit, but of course very good for Team Something Awesome. And let's see what they can make out of their web weavers, which are descending now.
Yeah, and it will spawn really far back in the bot lane. Arvis has done a good job de pushing that, and he managed to get out before the gank squad finds him. So no problem for him.
Oh, and he even got the fort. Well done.
And now they get 10, but yeah, TSA is going to get 10, so it won't really matter so much for this push. And it is Army of the Dead for the Arthas.
Ah, no Sinra goes. I think
But we
also.
got a medevac.
Ooh, Medivac. This small map here. Okay. Do you think they have something cheesy planned? Oh, and Dilla is coming in here from the back. Darkens also on point here with his ult. And that's it. Keltas goes down and everybody's dropping low here on the side of TSA. Rods, can you get out? Morales is doing his best to keep him alive, but no, that's it. Kerrigan, Tassada going down. And TSA has to retreat, but that's a 3-for-0 trade. Yeah, nice turnaround here on the side of Extremely Explicit.
Yeah, great flank from Johanna coming down there and locking everyone in place for the damage to settle. And when now Arthas is in the middle of your team, it's really difficult to disengage.
Yeah, slowing
well
everyone.
played.
Yeah, definitely well played. And yeah, it feels like they made even more out of the spiders than TSA did. So it looks like the lead that they got with the first web weavers, they carry it on.
And also those are all the flame strike stacks.
Oh, the flame strike stacks! Oh no! Oh no! So sad. Yeah, and that looks like the next turn in here from Atla. Rods is able to interrupt one more time. Oh, and now the Phoenix is going down. Darkens can get out. Yeah, and that was at least the ult from Keltas, which was thrown down there. And now, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Seems like TSA will want to fight before 13. They don't want Extremely Explicit get a web weaver and 13. That'll be something difficult to get back from, but it's exactly what's going to happen now.
Yeah, that are the web weavers, and probably they will get level 13 in time or not. If no one's gonna soak the bot lane, then might be a close one. And this is the fight before level 13 that we were talking about. Oh, and it goes down and everybody's dropping low on the side of Team Something Awesome. That's it. Kerrigan can't get the kill and gets deleted, and that's now Extremely Explicit on the chase. Nice route coming down from Arthur. Vertimax going down. Tassada going down, and again only Morales and Muradin are surviving. Wow, that was... Well, again, a great team fight from Extremely Explicit, who just turn it around, yeah, and get the damage done. Get the kills done.
Yeah, it was a really great polymorph coming out from Brightwing there, locking down the Kerrigan. It seems like TSA needs a pause.
Okay, looks
Some
like
lag
we have a little bit of
issues.
lag here. That might explain the outcome of the team fight, but on the other hand, it was just a great play from Extremely Explicit. I mean, they were just turning around all together. Vala getting a Rain of Vengeance down, the polymorph that you mentioned. Everything worked out fine for them.
Yeah, I think the Rain of Vengeances has been pretty on point this far. In the other team fight they won earlier, it was also a great Rain of Vengeance just before everything happened.
I agree.
I
agree. Somehow, who's on the Vala? Somehow Darkens managed to always get like at least 3 people into his Rain of Vengeance. So pretty good. I like.
Yeah. Making a case for that Vala that we doubted a little bit before the game.
Yeah, most
seems
definitely.
good.
Alright, and we're back into the game. Hopefully all the lags are fixed, and we see that Extremely Explicit leaves this keep B for the time being. I guess that was wrong, but anyways, they're going for the mid fort here, getting the easy damage done, and probably now rotate to the bot to get some damage on the keep wall, or... or maybe they stay in the mid lane for now. Still, I'm wondering what the plan is behind the Medivac, to be honest.
There's probably some kind of boss steal cheese we don't know about.
But I mean, Stim Drone on Kerrigan could have been a very nice thing here, I guess.
Well, she gets some movement speed and a couple of extra out attacks, but you don't usually want to put your steam drone on a melee character that don't really get that much from it, apart from maybe an Illidan or potentially the up and coming Samara.
Okay. You don't seem to be a big fan of Stim Drone. At least it doesn't sound like that.
No, I feel like people rarely get any value from it. You just put Steam Drone on someone, everyone sees it, the other team kind of disengage, wait it out, and
Okay.
never seems to work.
I have to say, I feel pretty powerful when I get stimmed by a Morales, but I guess you don't have that many good experiences with it. But nevertheless, let's get back to the game, and we see that both teams are poking around and posturing around here in the middle. Well,
It's interesting.
Yeah?
Vala is going Gloom to, respecting the ability damage, while Liming is like going, no, glass cannon, I just want to kill them.
Ooh, and nice root coming down from Arthur, and again the Rain of Vengeance hitting 3, and everybody's dropping low on the side of TSA. Now they have to see that they can get out here, and Xtremely Xplicit is on the chase. They find Muradin with the root. Oh, that's a cool. I should stop making noises and start saying something like Bremen can barely get out of here with just a few HP there.
Yeah, I wonder if there was some miscommunication or something, but or broken key, but Bramham actually didn't heal for the second half of that whole chase, which seemed a bit odd from my perspective. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, again, great route coming out from Arthas into the bush, probably just checking who is there, and he finds the whole team rooted there, and then they just engage. I think there was also another Rain of Vengeance on a lot of people from TSA, if I caught it right.
Yeah, but I think you're correct there.
Yeah, and now they have the boss, and let's see how much they can get out of the boss. Oh, and they already find the engage here, and Muradin gets deleted by the stun combos and the follow-up stuns. Wow. Yeah, and oh, great cleanse coming out here, saving Verdimax. That would have been his end here after the root, I'm sure of that. Oh, but now everybody's dropping really low, and the boss is still at like 60% HP and is hammering on the car. That could be game.
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive, but I think they will be able to do it unless Kerrigan does some wonder here. She doesn't have her ultimate, but managed to put some damage into the backline, but the boss is still hitting the core. It's at 34%.
Oh, and it does look like TSA can barely manage to defend this push here. With the core at 25%, yeah, they managed to get Xtremely Xplicit to retreat, and of course Xtremely Xplicit is just saying, hey boys, we have like 3-level lead, we have the talent lead, let's just play it safe. We nearly have enough for the next turn, and then we just finish it with the next Web Weavers, right? So, I like that,
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah, probably just along this line. I mean, what do I know?
But yeah, this is a bad position to be in if you're TSA 0 kills towards 9, a keep down, just 2 keeps left, broken walls. What are you going to do in this situation?
Yeah, I think you have to watch the bright side that at least the waves are coming to you now in the top lane, and you get the XP pretty easily. But of course, that's not big of a relief. Yeah, it looks like now Xtremely Xplicit is going to get the pay in pretty uncontested. And that means that TSA has to see how they can defend the next web we will push here.
Yeah, they so need 16 now, then otherwise this can get really, really bad for them. And it seems like Extremely Xplicit is invading this Mercury camp, and Morales is totally caught off position. It's going to go down really quickly. No medevac. Calfas is stuck.
Yep, and that's it. They were on the camp, TSA was on the camp, and they wanted to get this camp into to have a better time defending against the web weavers, but of course that left open the possibility, or that made it easy for Extremely Xplicit to anticipate that, or to see just on the map that TSA is on this camp, on this bruiser camp. Yeah, and they invade, get the kills again. Nice rain of vengeances here, and now this should be game here with the web weavers, and still 3 people down on the side of TSA. So
It's really interesting. I think it's gone down to 2 very even teams, but in both games it feels like either team has kind of won the draft and won from there, because both these teams can beat each other. But the first game TSA got a better comp, and now Extremely Xplicit's got a better comp, and it really showed.
alright, and we're back. Welcome everybody to the 3rd draft and the 3rd game, Extremely Xplicit versus Team Something Awesome. Still with me, hopefully, is Carvisjocker.
Yeah, I think I'm still here. Thank you, MacDino.
Yeah, good that you're still there. Very good.
So the last game is going to be on Infernal Shrines. A map that I like and really want to have back in the map pool, and I think my wishes will be, come to truth in the coming, hours. But we get an early ban on the Sylvanas and the Ariel. Sylvanas extremely strong on this map. If you get the Punisher rolling, you get the possibility to snowball it easy and hard.
Yeah. So probably a good thing to ban her then, but of course that leaves open the Malfurion, because Extremely Xplicit is too afraid of the Oriel. I think that's still the first game being in their guts, right? In their bones.
Yeah, Birmingham showed off the really strong Ariel in game number 1. So, too much to handle, and that gives TSA the Malfurion, who's still considered the most overpowered hero in the game.
Overpowered. I mean, there are strong words here, but yeah, first ban material. And Extremely Xplicit going for the Li Ming first pick on Infernal Shrines. Not a thing you see too often, right?
No, it's still the debate with, or not much of a debate. It's still the minions getting in the way for our orbs and missiles, stopping the damage from coming out. But she's still such a strong mage. So, and it worked out for them in the last game, in Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's kind of the same discussion going on with the minions everywhere. So,
I agree. So yeah, Brightwing also picked up. Oh, and we see the Lunara and the Kerrigan hovered. Really? Okay. I mean, Kerrigan on Infernal Shrines, still a thing, and still the thing. And Lunara, I think, is a good addition, because, I mean, Kerrigan wants to burst someone down, but if that doesn't really work out, Lunara can, soften them up all by spreading the poison damage beforehand. And also, I think the poison damage works pretty good on the shrines too, when you want to get these minions down, right?
Yeah, if she decides to go in for the Nature's Calling, it's really strong on the minions, and it's also strong defending against the Punisher. Get that extra damage done to him quite safely too. And we get the Tassadar ban from Extremely Xplicit and Tyrael ban from Team Something Awesome.
Huh. I mean, I could have seen the Tyrael for Team Something Awesome together with the Kerrigan and the Sanctification that could be a tool to keep her alive, now that also the Tassadar is banned. But yeah, I don't know. Apparently they have other plans. When we see the Sergeant Hammer coming out from Extremely Xplicit. Okay. Yeah, that could work. or could not work.
Yeah, we'll see how TSA, decides to go here. Will they go into Stitches? Uh, I could see that possibility. They haven't picked
Wow.
up a tank
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. That's a great pickup. Stitches into Malfurion Roots. I mean,
That's the dream.
that's the dream, and that's the nightmare of Sergeant Hammer. I mean, she will be crying. Alright, and the Leoric pickup too, I mean, that's, yeah, I like. I mean, Leoric pretty strong on the Shrine to get the minion kills, also good rotations, good wave clear. And when you get the Entomb of Sergeant Hammer, you don't even have to hook and root him, you just kill him, right? I mean, her, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice.
Yeah, I think Leoric will work out well here. And the Entomb, there's nothing really to save them apart from maybe, a perfectly positioned Emerald Wind. The normal counters are maybe Gust or, as I've noticed, the Ariel with her Stasis really annoys a Leoric player. So I think Xtremely Xplicit are really thinking now how to counter these Stitches on Leoric and the lockdown coming out.
Yeah, it looks like they're hovering the Muradin. I mean, of course, Lunara, now that you have the Stitches, you want to have some burst damage, right? I mean, you want to hook somebody into the roots from Malfurion, and then you want to have some burst damage to kill the target. For example, a Li Ming would have suited this strategy. Lunara isn't that much burst damage, but I guess she gets pretty bursty after 10 with her heroics. I don't know.
She does some damage, but if you played Sergeant Hammer, how do you feel when you get a Kerrigan, Malfurion, and a Stitches hitting on you? Usually that's kind of enough damage.
I guess
especially
you're
when
right.
you're
Yeah.
rooted down there, and both Leoric and Stitches are good slowers who works well with the Ampher advantage possibility from with Lunara.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good pickup indeed. The unfair advantage could really hurt Xtremely Xplicit. Totally right.
They only got the Brightwing for their heals, and even though she got good sustain, when the unfair advantage starts rolling in and other damage coming out, it's difficult to keep up.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see if they can make it. I mean, on the other side, Xtremely Xplicit, what is their game plan? What is their chance to, I mean, of course, dodge the hooks, but I mean, when someone is hooked, how do you deal with that? I mean, if it's a Hammer or a Li Ming or a Brightwing, maybe Li Ming can get away, but Brightwing, Hammer probably dead, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Probably, with the Muradin pickup, maybe they're going to go in to try to save her, or get Muradin to get hooked instead. I don't really know how they're going to save her.
Yeah, the last point probably is the better way to go, I guess. Getting Muradin hooked and jump out. But still, I mean, it all depends on the hooks coming out from the Stitches player. Who will be playing the Stitches, by the way?
That would be Worthymax.
Worthymax, alright. So Max's hooks could decide the game here. Lately, when I was playing with some Stitches mates, I mean, I wouldn't play Stitches, but the other ones, when they play Stitches, it all comes down to the follow-up from the hooks. I mean, you need some communication, hopefully, in the team, so that the team knows, alright, a hook is coming out, or the team has just so much understanding of the game that they anticipate that a hook will be coming out, so that you get all the follow-up you want for the hook. For example, the roots from Malfurion and the burst damage from the other damage dealers, right?
Yeah, that should be okay. But I also think if this game goes to level 20, this Leoric is going to get loads of value. Once you get Spectral Legion starts to, hitting on that Muradin and, drain his hope, it's going to be difficult for them to stay in the presence of Team Something Awesome. It's going to be a great zoning tool.
Indeed. I mean, 2 tanks which he can leech out. Yeah. So, let's see how the game evolves. I mean, as we just as you just mentioned, both teams could take the win away. It all depends a little bit on team composition and how the game went. So, what do you think? Which team composition is the better one here?
I think we'll go with TSA in this game. They got to follow up on the hook. If they can pull it off, which I imagine they'll be able to do, they should be able to win this. You know,
Yeah. Alright.
Xtremely Xplicit needs the other team to want to engage kind of into them, but I don't think TSL will do that.
Yeah, and also looks like the viewers are also on the side of TSA, so they see it like you see it, and it all comes down to the hooks. So I hope that the hooks will be coming. Otherwise, I think it's even. I'm undecided. Let's put me down as undecided.
Well, I have to vote on the team with Leoric.
Yeah,
what
right.
are you gonna do?
Yeah, right. I remember. Alright, and we have here the next game, the third game. 1-1, Xtremely Xplicit versus Team Something Awesome, and we have on the left side Dilla on Muradin, Darkhands on Sergeant Hammer, Belle de Jour playing the Bright Wing, Skitchy on Liming, and Atla on Johanna.
And on the right side, we have Team Something Awesome with Bremerham on the Malfurion, Verfimax on the Stitches, Roars on Kerrigan, Fire on Leoric, and James Hugs playing that Dryad Lunara.
Good old Dryad. Yeah. And while TSA wants some action here in the middle, Xtremely Xplicit doesn't want to have any of it. Therefore going straight to the lanes, getting into the laning phase, and of course starting to hammer down the tower in the bot lane.
With the Muradin covering, showing, okay, Stitches is on the way, get ready, and...
Oh, nice hook! Alright, now I'm sold. Now I'm sold on Team Something Awesome. When all the hooks come down like this one, that's gonna be a hard game for Xtremely Xplicit. Oh, and the carrier combo coming down on Dark and Sergeant Hammer, and the root follow-up is there, and the hook kills him. Great plays coming out here from Team Something Awesome. They are here in this third game, and they are feeling pretty comfortable, I'd guess.
Yeah, a great play coming out there, and seeing in the top lane also, it's going to be Leoric versus Johanna, and that's a lane Leoric should win. Be able to put a little bit of pressure on the wall there, but nothing too much. Also, you can be a little more cocky with Leoric, because if you die, you come back again. Everyone knows how it works.
The good old Leoricies. Oh yeah, everybody knows them. Oh, and the polymorph going down here on Kerrigan, and Vertimax hooking into the roots. Kerrigan combo on Muradin, and that's it. Dilla going down. On point TSA here is with the combos, would you say?
I could swear it felt like watching a Grubby stream when he's going to play Warcraft 3 and go and surround his enemies with his grunts and everything. It was great body blocks coming out from TSA.
Yeah, and that means they have a good position here now on the shrine. Yeah, and they're starting to get ahead here in the minion count. Of course, I mean, with Leoric and Kerrigan, you have such a presence here on the shrines. Yeah, the poking starts, and so far it doesn't look like any team can get ahead here or can get a big advantage. Oh, Stitches hook on Sergeant Hammer, but he manages to get out, or she manages to get out. Root follow-up was there. Oh, but it's Brightwing going down here after the Kerrigan combo. I mean, it's so dangerous, and it feels like they're really on fire here, TSA, with their combos, and they're really hungry.
Yeah, it's like you watch out for the hooks all the time, and you don't think about the danger from the Kerrigan. She can do kind of the same thing, and it's like so much damage coming out, and you're so focused on the hooks, you end up getting killed by that instead.
Yeah, I agree. That was exactly what happened there on the shrine. Ooh, and again the hook coming out here from Sergeant Hammer, but the roots were a little bit late, so no kill here, and everybody's going back to laning. And we have half a level lead for TSA, I'd say.
Yeah, something like that. Close hook again. Verfamax. It's going to ascend to the status of Stitch's legend after this game. If everything goes well for them, the rest of the game.
I could see that. I could see that. Most definitely. Well, that wasn't one for the gallery, but... yeah, so the rotations are going, and yeah, TSA trying to get the rotations in and trying, of course, to get some kills in. For example, with the Kerrigan combo on Skitchy. Roots a little late, that saves Skitchy for the moment. But yeah, TSA is hungry, and they know with their combo, they have the early game in their hands, and they just need to find the kills. They were looking for him.
Yeah, Ross was just slightly ahead of his team, and if they had been a little faster, or he's been maybe a little slower, there could have been an amazing combo coming out there. And
yes.
It seems like Hammer is going to be the next target for the Kerrigan here. Let's see if Dark NC feels it.
That juicy bush. Oh. The Kerrigan combo misses. Unfortunate rods. I think that was also a little bit due to the hammer knocking Kerrigan away. Oh, but in the meanwhile, Dilla is getting caught. But he has the tap available, so that means no kill here for the moment. Sorry that I missed it. Probably it was a hook into root into Lunara damage. At least that's what I'm deducing here.
No, I think that's correct.
Oh, and Kerrigan combo again! Rods finds Skitchy, jumps after him, and that's it for Li Ming. And that of course means that now TSA is in a good position. Team is again on point here, trying to get some, trying to save the Kerrigan, and that's what they do. And now they're going in again. Kerrigan gets polymorphed a little bit. Yeah, Rods has to look out for this polymorphs. Oh, but it's so much damage going down here. Oh, and the nice combo, but the stun wasn't ready on Kerrigan, but it's the kill on Merlin anyway. And again, easy shrine, easy peasy. They make it look so easy. Okay, that was one easy too much, but I mean, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I guess it. We'll see for the viewers. Well, you know, you can watch Twitch chats and see if they complain, but...
Yeah, I don't really want to see it. But anyways. Yeah. And now TSA is even going to farm the lanes. I mean, Xtremely Xplicit, they know they can't really contest the shrine anymore, so therefore they're going for the hard camp. They're going for some damage here on the wall with Johanna. But now, of course, Johanna is kind of missing in the defense of the Punisher. So let's see if TSA is going to be aggressive and maybe even jump in after the Punisher.
Brightwing went to the top lane too, so there is going to be a 3-man defense here in the bot lane.
Oh, and Stitch is already lurking for the hook here. Yeah, there is the hook on Hammer. Follow-up is there with the Kerrigan combo. Nicely played. And this is the fort here for TSA.
Yeah, and it's the Entomb coming off the floor work. It's expected. Tranquility from Malfurion, so we don't get to see that extra hook into roots into Twilight Dream. I suppose it's a bit overkill.
That would have been the dream.
Oh.
But yeah, they go with the safe Tranquility. Of course, Stitch is now going for the Putrid Bile, so that means a lot of slows for Lunara to work with. So, is it her level 13 or is it level I think it's level 13, right?
Yeah.
Unfair advantage. That will be a pain.
She also went for a Splintered Spear, so she didn't go for that PvE, or you go straight into PvP damage with extra much poison. But it seems like there's going to be an invade here on the camp on Team TSA.
Oh, a little bit too short on the hook. Vertimax was already lurking there. Oh, but they get the Malfurion kill. Everybody's there from Xtremely Xplicit, and they steal the camp here. And I think TSA, they didn't... Yeah, I mean, of course, they were planning on the Stitches hook, but after that, I think they weren't really expecting that much, that much manpower from Xtremely Xplicit. So well played from them.
They didn't respect the potential of the full man rotation and kind of like lingered indecisively, and that led to the death of Malfurion.
Yeah, but Malfurion already up in time for the next shrine, and now the hard camp is getting taken here by TSA. Rod's dropping kind of low, so Malfurion has to get in there and get the heals going, because Kerrigan will be needed on the next shrine phase, which is an Arcane Punisher, so would be nice to get them for both teams.
Yeah, and they're pretty close to level 13, so let's see if we see them do something to get that extra piece of experience. But it seems like Stitch is rotating up for the fight here now. And it's a slight lead for Team Xtremely Xplicit here. Stitch is in position for the hook and gets Limming.
Oh, Kerrigan combo again hitting, but Rod's dropping rather low. Entomb is out, but nobody's falling on the side of Xtremely Xplicit, and now TSA has to retreat. Kerrigan falling down, Leorki falling down to Brabham now on... Oh, the helping hand coming out from Wordymax, no problem. But still, that's a 2-for-0 trade, and that of course means the next Arcane Punisher is going to go to Xtremely Xplicit. Well played here. Somehow, nobody dropped. Oh, nice hook coming out from Stitches, but it's only the Muradin who could jump out. Yeah, but again, I mean, it was a nice engage, the Entomb was on point, but nobody really died on the side of Xtremely Xplicit. Somehow the damage wasn't there, or the healing was just insane from Brightwing.
Yeah, you get the feeling it was like they caught like everyone and couldn't really decide on what target to bring down. They just caught a few too many, and then the Liming, the damage started to go in, and the Sergeant Hammer, and everyone just died.
Yeah.
The Orc seems to go down again, and that's another reset for Liming, but she's not in a position to capitalize on it, just putting some extra damage on the fort.
Yeah, and that's it. The fort is gone, so nice value here coming out from this Punisher for Xtremely Xplicit. And yeah, I guess you're right. The damage wasn't focused enough to get somebody down. I mean, Sergeant Hammer should have been dead in that tomb, right?
Yeah, and you would feel like it, but yeah, wouldn't give up yet. But Lunara is actually going for the Giant Killer instead, opting for more out-attack damage on the big targets like Muradin and Johanna.
Okay.
Can't say I agree on this call, but maybe they feel like they need to be able to burst down even a tank if they hook him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a close call. I mean, you have so much slows, so of course, unfair advantage would be a natural choice. But on the other hand, against double tank, I guess you described it right. The extra auto attack damage on Giant Killer maybe needed here. So yeah, it looks like TSA is rotating to the top to try and find a gank on Johanna, but looks like only Vertimax was trying to go for the gank, while the rest of the team just wanted to push out the lane. Meanwhile, is Xtremely Xplicit is taking the camp here on the bottom side and is now rotating to the far bot camp, while everybody's waiting for the next shrine.
And they're nearly a level ahead now, and that's going to be the 16th advantage probably for the next shrine. But Muradin is a bit of trouble and managed to jump away. The hook misses, and it's going to walk away slowly like a dwarf.
Like the dwarf he is. That's right. Yeah. I mean, it looks like TSA, they still want to be aggressive. They still want to get the kills in, but somehow Xtremely Xplicit is just staying safe, right? Just playing safe. No ganks here on the side of TSA, and that means it's a level 16 advantage here, and that should be, should be the safe shrine. Maybe with the Stitches on the other team, nothing's safe.
Yeah, it seems like TSA won't respect this, and going in for the attack on Muradin. It's getting really low. It's actually going down here.
Oh,
No,
so close,
Right
but
through
Dilla is still alive. Oh, but he's finally going down, and now TSA is going in for the kills. They find Belle de Jour, yeah, and now the focus fire, now the focus damage is there, and that means they take their nice Entomb here on Hammer, and they're taking down everybody on the side of Xtremely Xplicit, it feels. Well,
yeah, in a last-ditch effort to manage to steal away the Punisher away, but that's a full team wipe for a Punisher, who will do, half the health of this these forts, maybe.
Yeah. That was very well played. I mean, it was kind of a struggle to get Muradin down, but in the end he dropped right before the healing well, and that kind of decided, but still, Extremely Xplicit decided, okay, probably we're going down here, but let's get the Punisher anyway, so that at least they won't get it, because with 4 men down, if TSA would have gotten this Punisher, this could have been way uglier than it turned out to be in the end, right?
Yeah. And we also see Leoric getting into all his Drain Hope talents now, so if he gets a good Drain Hope on a Muradin or Johanna, we'll see them dropping on pretty fast, and a new Drain Hope will be ready for him to throw out again. So
Yeah.
it's going to be more pressure on the tanks.
I mean, that's a happy Leoric right there. Double tank against him. And that's just throw their Drain Hope and be happy, right?
This is also an interesting pickup from Li Ming. She's actually gone for the Glass Cannon Diamond Skin build, which I've never seen before.
Me neither. Okay, maybe that's a new meta.
Yeah, and graduating range on the Sergeant Hammer.
Alright, and it looks like both teams are trading forts now. Guess that's a better trade for TSA, because the top fort wasn't really damaged before. But still, it's an even trade. Still 1 level lead. Nah, half a level lead, right?
Yeah,
half
something like
a
that.
level lead here for TSA.
But Xtremely is actually starting sieging up on this keep wall and doing some good damage to it. It's going to take out the tower. You know, that's always nice when you get the potential Punisher in the bot lane later to have the wall down or damaged at least. It's so much less damage on the Punisher and so much easier to go for the actual keep or maybe even the core.
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say Extremely Xplicit, slightly the winner in this trade here, getting one tower from the keep wall. Now the next shrine is up. Both teams are level 18, nearly level 19, but no talent lead on either side. So this should be an interesting shrine fight, or maybe it gets a quick shrine fight when a Stitches hooked together with the follow-up lands. And it looks like the squishies are a little bit scared for what's to come for them.
Stitches is looking for that angle for the perfect hook. Can't really find it just yet.
Oh, and now everyone's going in. Rod's getting deleted here from Li Ming with her combos. Now Fire is in a lot of trouble, and Tranquility can't really keep everybody alive. Oh, but Atla is going too deep. Gets killed here by Lunara. Now they find Belle de Jour, who can barely blink out onto Dilla. So nice team play there. The hook misses, and that means Right Wing lives to fight another day.
Yeah, and Leoric survived and is on his way back again. And we'll see how this evolves from there.
Yeah, and a lot of damage coming out from James Hux here actually, and Brightwing is able to heal it up again at the moment, but still, Leoric isn't really coming.
No,
the shrine?
decided to leave it. It was too far gone. Decides to try to save what's left of the top lane wall instead. But they're really close to 20 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, might help a little in defense, but I don't know if they're able to get it. I don't think so.
Oh, and now everything starts to evolve here. The Punisher is going in, gets baited a little bit, but not behind the keep, and that of course means that Sergeant Hammer can dish out the damage now. And this keep won't be easy to hold. Ooh, but it's the counter engage coming out from TSA here. They find Sergeant Hammer with the Entomb. That's it for Darkens, and now Rhodes is on the chase. Oh, but a lot of damage going down on him. I don't know if he can... Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, never mind me. Yeah, Rhodes is safe, stays alive. And that's one counter kill here. And the keep is only at 50% HP, so the keep survives, and that's a win for TSA.
No, it's a good kill. Seems like they aim to push out the lane here instead of going aggressive to maybe steal away a tank or do an ambush on the other team while they're one player ahead. So, yeah, that's probably what we're going to see in the next couple of minutes, just teams pushing out the lanes.
Yeah, not much to do on the map besides the hard camp for TSA, and that's probably what they're going for now. But of course, Extremely Explicit can't invade, so yeah.
Well, I would like to see from TSA here, there's one neutral camp on the map. There's the possibility of the other team being there, and they're 5 versus 4. Just like, go there first. Your hard camp is going to stay there forever. But there you get the possibility to go for an engage and do some damage. If they're not there, you get to camp, a neutral camp, and that's good. So, a little bit more aggressive from TSA when they're one ahead. I would like that.
Yeah, but instead both teams are going out of their way, and for the moment no more fights and no more killing. And both teams just waiting for the next shrine to pop. Okay, but now both teams seem to be deciding that they want to do something. For example, go for a keep while you're at it. And it looks like both teams are willing to trade.
But the problem here is the Punisher is in the top lane. TSA is grabbing the bot keep. Or are they even going core?
Do you think they can already go core? Or what about the other team, I mean?
Extremely Xplicit is doing it.
Alright, core race, it's on! Now TSA is TSA is backing up. Oh, well, but
Hammer is a
5%.
bit far here. There's a great
Oh.
root coming down. Maybe a Kerrigan coming out.
No clans available anymore, and that's it for Sergeant Hammer. That was too greedy. That was too greedy right there. Dilla, a little bit late here. How? Why is he still here? Probably wanted to save Sergeant Hammer, and now is himself in a lot of trouble. And that's it. Muradin going down. And I don't think that they can get the Punisher in time. So, when TSA, or is TSA even going there? Looks like they're going straight for core.
They're going for core.
They don't even bother with the Punisher anymore. Going straight for core with the 2 kills they got. Let's see if they can make it. Yeah.
They got Tranquility, they got Storm Shield. Lots of sustain on Leoric. There's no Emerald Wind to push them away. They just need to right click it. Put the damage in.
Just put the damage in, but it's not. Oh no, Rod was putting the damage into Li Ming. So that means one other person down here, and yeah, it looks like TSA is going to get the win here. Don't want to jinx it, but not much Extremely Explicit can do about it, and that's it. GG, TSA takes the series. 2-1 against Extremely Explicit and advances into the next round of the playoffs. So, congratulations to them.
Yeah, congratulations, TSA. Two really, even teams. Even though there were 2 stomps and 1 even game, it's really interesting to see. At first it seems like this was going to be another stomp here in game number 3, but Extremely Explicit managed to get back into the game, and I thought they were going to win it in the end there.
Yeah. Alright, so with that, let's go into a quick break, and we will see if we can get one of the players of Team Something Awesome for a winner's interview here to tell them all what they are thinking about the games and about the drafts and everything. So stay tuned for the, what is it then, the 4th half? No, the 4th quarter? The 3rd? You know what I mean. Alright, and we're back from the break, and together with me here is Rods from Team Something Awesome. Rods, welcome and congratulations on your win.
Hi, thanks.
So, probably you're pretty hyped about advancing to the next round here in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're all pretty happy about it. It was like,
I mean, were you expecting to advance, or were you thinking, whoa, that could be a close one?
we'd heard good things about the other team, so we were a bit wary, but yeah, we were confident going in.
Yeah, and I mean, it was kind of a close one, but in the end you took it away, and I have to say, the third game was really convincing, but let's start with the first one. So, it was Cursed Hollow, and yeah, it looked like you definitely had the better poke composition, right? Was that kind of your plan? To poke around the tributes while Brightwing is soaking the top?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Once they got Tracer, Tassadar, like they have a lot of just annoyance and kill potential in long fights. So we took the Brightwing away, which I guess they would have gone, which lets us soak in top lane while we fight for tribute. And we've got Frau and Li Ming for interrupts as well.
Yeah.
So we could just stall out tributes pretty much
and
forever.
I think you kind of did, right? I mean, you kind of did.
Yeah, our ETC got a bit ballsy at one point. But yeah, we were just stalling out for ages, so...
Yeah, it really felt like for ages. So, I mean, when you saw the Tracer Tassadar combo coming out, were you like, oh, probably they trained it, that will be a hard game? Were you a little bit afraid of the Tracer, or were you thinking, Tracers are always bad, no problem, the damage won't be there?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone knows about that combo and how strong it can be. But, yeah. I mean, we had I don't think it went well with Alarak either. Like, we had the laner, like Frau, who like beats Tassadar Name, and then just the 4-man kind of won it out against them as well, because we always had Brightwing soaking XP.
Yeah.
So, and once Brightwing got 16, they've got vulnerability, and that on what's her name, Tracer, just can rip her apart.
Yeah, and that was the point where the tribute fights were turning around, always in your favor, right?
Yeah.
So you were playing the Thrall, right?
Yeah.
So how happy were you with your Thunderings?
I remember I got one was where the ETC engaged but shouldn't have, so I just kind of sundered and ran.
Yeah.
I did stay alive, I think.
Yeah.
The second one, ETC mosh pitted, and I sundered at the same time.
Was a little bit unfortunate, right?
I mean, it worked out okay because they were all pretty low, and sundered does a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, you killed them anyways, but
yeah. So, and then the third one, yeah, I was trying to kill Tassadar, but my team wanted Muradin, and that didn't happen.
So I mean,
neither did Tassadar. So.
Do you communicate with your ETC like with the mosh pits and the sundering? Because at least from my experience, I know that it kind of happens from time to time, or more often than not, that you think that sundering and mosh pit situations are kind of the same or similar, and then you do it both at the same time. But
well,
do you try to call it out, or how do you do it?
We try, but it doesn't really ever happen.
Ever? Okay.
Sometimes. But like the ETC moshes were pretty good that game, I think. Apart from the first one, I think he got 3 on the second one where I stunned them all out, and then on the third one he got Tassadar, Rhaegar, Muradin, I think, and we killed Tassadar and Rhaegar in that. So, oh no, we didn't kill Tassadar because he got away and no one followed him apart from me. They're listening.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the second game. Then no, that was the first game, and then Tomb of the Spider Queen. I don't know which team picked it. You picked it, right?
Yeah, we picked it.
So I mean, apparently you got into the Kerrigan, and with the Tassadar, I guess that was your plan. That some Kerrigan plays.
Yeah. Yeah, we can really find the picks early. Arthas does pretty well against Tassar in wet lane. So and we didn't get the picks on him either. And then they got the turn in. And then we got the second turn in, I think.
Yeah.
They didn't get anything from it because they were 10.
Yeah, and then they counter
And
engaged on you and like killed two of you, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
and then it still
so-
went downhill from there.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think the problem was that? Your early game was too weak, or?
I think probably because we had good results with that draft previously.
Okay.
Because they went double tank, it kind of screwed us over.
All right. So the double tank gotcha. Oh yeah, and what I wanted to ask, Morales picked the medivac. Did you have a plan for that, or why not stim drone?
It's just an extra escape from medic. Like stim drone, we had Kerrigan. I mean, it gets some extra damage out, but
Okay, apparently you're not a fan of it too. Okay, so it's just for Morales as a safety tool, as an escape. All right, I see. Yeah, and Xtremely Xplicit, they kind of got the whole game in their hand after the early game, right? So probably didn't feel that good on your side, or that's a bad question, I guess, right?
I was just doing stuff on
okay.
Tassadar and trying to catch up in XP, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, let's skip that one. Let's skip the second
Yeah,
game. I
let's
mean,
forget
who wants to?
about
Let's just remember the positive things, right? So Inferno Shrines, and you rocked on that map, right?
Yeah, we did pretty well.
So was Stitches from the beginning of the draft something you were aiming for?
No, we saw the hammer and we were like, well, we got a tank position left and a flex position left. So we're like Stitches against hammer, Leoric against hammer. Pretty much, if hammer comes anywhere near us, she's probably gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's what happened every time, pretty much.
I mean, in that game, the early game was, I'd say, pretty convincing.
Oh yeah, we got a few nice picks.
Yeah.
We had Vert was landing his hooks, and then we got roots, and then we got my stuns.
We also got a comment here on Scream about the crazy hooks coming out from Bird. So especially in the beginning, I mean, he started off with a crazy hook on Hammer, and then it kind of continued throughout the game that your combinations were pretty on point, except for this one shrine fight where you got the hook, you got the entomb, and nobody dies somehow, and then you start dying because nobody from Xtremely Xplicit dies.
Yeah, like I was trying to dive a backline, and I kind of got entombed as well.
Okay.
So I got caught a bit out, and then I mean, we managed to catch back up in the late game. They were doing very well with camps and things like that, though. So, but once they started pushing our top, we just decided to go for keep, and then they decided core, which was a bit of a dodgy call, and then we all just backed, killed 2, went bot, and at that point they only had Brightwing, Johanna, and Li Ming. And once Li Ming started channeling disintegration, I just killed it.
Yeah, but I mean, everything kind of started with Sergeant Hammer staying really long on your core.
Yeah,
right?
I don't quite know why that is.
And then kind of Dilla also on the Muradin kind of happened to also stick around a little bit, and that way
I think
kills, right?
he's probably trying to save the Brightwing and Sergeant Hammer.
Okay, to have a target I see. Yeah, and then as soon as you got the 2 kills, you instantly said, "All right, let's go."
Well, they were trying to erase the top shrine, so we thought, well, they're probably expecting us to go up there. Let's go. Cool. Well, they didn't have a good defense for it anyway, because we've got Malfurion, who's a good group healer. I think he had Tranquility up as well, possibly. And then, like, if Li Ming does try and get aggro, we can just kill her, which is what happened.
Yeah, everything worked out pretty good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that was it from me. Like, again, congratulations to you. Congratulations to your team. Do you want to make any shout-outs to anyone?
Shout out to Vert Hooks and Roots and Entombs and Lunara.
Okay, I see. A little bit of a love relationship to the little Dryad.
Well, no, yeah, Lunara played really well that game. No deaths, most damage, most siege damage.
And there was a lot of damage coming down from Lunara, I guess. I agree. Alright, so, yeah, with that, again, congratulations, and yeah, only the best of luck for the rest of the playoffs.
Thank you very much.
I guess you're pretty pumped and pretty hyped for that.
Yep.
I know we were yesterday, so yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. So, with that, let's close it for the day. Again, thank you for coming here for the winners interview, Rods. Good luck for the playoffs, and for everybody else, yeah, stay tuned for some more games. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock will be the next playoff games. If I'm correct, it's Don or Fedoras versus Fat 5, and yeah, it will be casted here on the stream or on another stream. I don't wanna jinx anything, but yeah, it will be casted. You will be able to watch it 8 o'clock tomorrow. Be there, tune in, and yeah, be ready and be hyped for the full Heroes launch weekend, the full launched playoff weekend coming up. Yeah, at 3 o'clock it all starts on Saturday. So yeah, we will see each other probably some more times this week. And yeah, with that, let's close it. Let's call it a day. Good fight, good night.